And hello friends, Potato is with you, and today we have a new 3-stage drill from a honey specialist under consideration. We could see a 2-stage drill before, and today, a 3-stage completely new drill, which has never been anywhere else. I'm serious, there has never been such a drill anywhere, you haven't seen it anywhere else for sure. I was just in shock myself, and today you will be shocked too. We look in general, until the very end. But before you start watching, be sure to write a comment, like, subscribe, and also just be sure to click on the bell, so as not to miss new daily videos. But we're getting started. So, it means that I appeared somewhere behind the drill. Here we have a little book, and let's finish it. Those who remember my previous map for potatoes may recall that I said that there would be no 3-stage drill. Here he is. The advantage of piston drills is that they can immediately accommodate several limits on blocks in a gizmo. On the front piston in the middle section, there is a movement of 40 blocks. It is necessary that it normally moves out during the digging process. He also builds a ceiling over himself, so it is recommended to turn off the conveyor at the time of movement. Yes, here we have not just a drill, but a whole base that will still store resources. There's an assembly line to redo it all. Well, in general, it's very interesting. In short, even modules can be installed here and the like. So, let's go there now. Oh great, and we'll count it. The modules are a 5x5x5 structure on a trolley collector. The structure next to it is a blank for the module. They all stand on such. The modules are a solution to the lack of space in the rear stage of the drill. Instead of building a bedroom or workshop separately, you can simply install modules. In general, what is it? Look at this thing we have, which is installed in this cavity here. And here we can install, let's say, I don't know, make some kind of room for myself, I don't know, something like a workshop. Here we can see that such an anvil is installed here. In short, we are not going to put anything now, but the joke is that look here we have shafts. By the way, this is not for nothing, because here we also have a shaft that turns, and which will transfer all the energy from this fan to this module, and we can do some kind of processing or the like there. In general, it's really very cool and interesting. That is, it's, I don't know, like customized and the like. Well, now let's move on to the drill itself. Here it is so huge already, even in the process of breaking into such a test cube or something like that. In general, look, the first, second and third stage. Let's quickly consider what it is in general. We have the chest here. And look, here they are by the way, modules. Well, let's count it. Instructions for modules. First, take the module, put the rail and the trolley collector from below. The third thing is to put a gizmo collector. 4. Deactivate the collector. 5th, use the module. 6th, activate the collector, collapse the module, break the collector. In short, everything is very complicated. Let's put it all the same okay as a module. Let's say you look, iron farm, smelting, hot washing, crushing wheel, bedroom, craft station. Listen, let's try to make a hot melting and washing. I'm very interested. Look here, so I understand it is necessary to put this case. So, here we have it installed. It's great, and now we need to click on the button. So well, everything has been established, yes, as far as I understand. Yes, it seems that everything even spun. Look, it's really powered by this, and that's just fine. Here we have hot melting and washing, as far as I understand. Honestly, I don't understand where to shove what. It's probably all signed here. Well, should I pour it or put it manually? Interesting. Oh look, by the way, he's doing it along the way. Here we still need to figure out where to shove what. In short, okay, let's not deal with it. It's not so important in short. But, I think you are already inspired by this very fact. In fact, we installed an additional module here, which allows, I do not know if there is anything to modernize the whole thing somehow. It's really cool and very interesting. I think the subscriber is just a genius. Let's probably go down and see what's in there. Here, we have this mechanism itself, in order to put and not put this whole thing. So the collector of the car, so it is necessary to put it again and break it every time, but Oklahoma. But at the back, we already have the mechanism of movement itself. Here we have the first move and also the second. We have 2 pistons there, you can see. The power supply of them all consists of, as I understand it, 6 here, and also 6 here. And maybe even a 2-layer one. In short, no, it's still single layer. We have a power supply here, but Oklahoma. And here, by the way, look again. It turns out 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6, 24 whole fans that power up. The mechanism weighs. This is where everything turns and generally works. Here, we have step 5, and there we probably have, as he said, 40. There are 20 here and 40 here. Yes, it's shorter, so that everything works fine for us. Well, let's move on now. We get out of here, and here we have the main floor, as I understand it. We probably have storage here. You can apply filters. This is probably the issuance of cobblestones here, and what we get shorter. And the delivery itself is carried out. By the way, you can see that we just use a new atom inlet. It's well, just the same new containers that hold a lot of items. And look, here we can turn on and off the conveyors, which as I understand it, pump out all the or extracted just the same, into another module. That is, it is forgotten in this module, the steps are more precise, but they are transferred to the second one. And the third one is just like that. Here it is an auxiliary type. Here we have a module, in which we can process this whole thing. In fact, it's really a base. Here we also have it all probably working. So for some reason, by the way, the current does not stop here. I wonder why, by the way, is it real? Because in fact, nothing else is powering us. Okay, it's probably not that important. Let's look at it ahead of us. So, what do we have there? Let's take a look. Oops for some. Well, in general, the drill head itself, here it is, and here we have some kind of front one. I don't know why, honestly. Really weird shorter. Well, let's push. So that's it. Movement begins. Here, we have the first stage being pushed back by this damage, and in fact, resources are actually being extracted. By the way, minus, I immediately see a minus. There was no such thing last year. We don't have a special bridge like this. By the way, we forgot. Oh, it's all moved in. And here it has moved closer with this one. And now probably not. Yes. Where? When? What's not moving? Or is it going to move now? It's moving. In. Look, the back part has moved closer. In short, it's really all moving. Look, this is great. Let's climb, by the way, to the 3rd floor. We haven't been there yet, haven't looked. So, here we have the first step. What does it say here? Instructions for the mill. And push the mill. Push the accelerator. Activate the mill, use it. Deactivate the mill, push the accelerator. And we have a module now that does not move. It was necessary to break this thing first. In short, we did not follow the instructions. We broke down a little. Okay, well, where should I have pressed that? That's how it was necessary to turn it all off. That's how it was necessary to turn everything off and push this mill. We forgot to do it, so that's it. It had to look. And why is it so with the form? Because here we have just the same. It would all have moved and nothing would have worked. I should have. Listen, I would like to restore it all, of course. In short, it was necessary to turn it off. Look, in this position. So, come on, trust me. We turn everything off like that. Then we promote it, and we also cut down this thing so that nothing moves. In principle, we can recreate this whole thing. Now let's try to push this thing, namely, and we had it turned on, we kind of turned it off, great. Now we push this aside and push this thing. That's it, now we have, in fact, the back part closed. That's it, yes, great. Now we can essentially activate this case. Here, by the way, we also have a high chair on which we can sit. Oh, and look through the window. Here we also have a window. And here we have what? Oh, something's broken here. Along the way, yes, because of the conveyors, we broke down. There was what? Is there some kind of gain, or what have we picked up? Oh, in short, I do not know what we broke, but I lost weight. The conveyors no longer work. Yes, it was necessary to include the conveyor as well. Okay, we're not going to fix this, because it's not so important in principle. In fact, here they are all storage barrels. All of this can be pumped here, and with the help of these conveyors, you can drag it here. Let's try to press this button again and drill further. That's it, drilling went, and by the way, quite quickly. You agree. By the way, that's why we need to turn off the pipelines, because first of all, when they work, nothing can work here, and also here. Look up, we have such a gap. In short, by the way, I think we broke everything, because it somehow does not want it. Why doesn't he want to? Because of what I do not know. In general, the potato, I'll tell you as always, broke everything. I do not know how else to explain it, but in general, everything should have worked fine. I'm more than sure of that. Well, let's say we arrived somewhere ourselves. Let's say we stayed underground, and now up. We're moving like this, we have it coming out. We forgot to place the glue here as well, so we will restore this whole thing. That's how it should have been, and in principle, here's the nomination. That's it. Now we click here, and, in principle, we are extracting energy, which is transmitted by our module, and we can process all our ores here. In short, very cool done. Well, there was a potato with you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to like it, write comments. Also, just be sure to put a bell, so as not to miss the daily new videos.